Alright, we got another Alex Hormozi video. This time he's talking to a trainer about how to scale. So let's see what this is about.
We are solo operation here. I'm doing a little under 100,000, looking to make a whole lot more than that. My question, first of all, was about vision. I've heard you talk a couple times about being able to achieve almost anything you want if you have a long enough duration. You've even said 30 years in some cases. 30 years is a long fucking time to work towards anything. So I'm curious about how you structure a vision and goals towards that. Are you just letting your imagination run wild at a certain point, or are you actually piecing things up?
So I think the person with the longest time horizon wins, as long as that time horizon is reverse engineered to some level of reality. So I think Elon is the richest man in the world right now because he has wanted to build rockets, wanted to build cars, and wanted to go to space since he was like 7. And so he has wanted to do this one thing his whole life, and he said it in his, I don't know if you guys have seen this, like his Zip 2, like when he was like, hadn't even sold his first company, he was like, I think cars are really cool, like electric cars, can you imagine? And like rock, like he's talking about this then, like this has been what he's wanted to do his whole life. I would say for me, I would say that my time horizon is not as long as Elon's, which is probably why I'm not as rich as Elon. But for me, it's like I could probably see like call it 3 to 5 from now, and I plan for that. And beyond that, I'm like, I don't know, I might be in a different person, different life, who knows? But that's kind of as far away as I can see. It's very difficult to have vision when you have bills to pay.
I agree with that.
And so you have to get that situated first, in my opinion.
Sometimes just going for it is better. Like taking the risk and going for it. But hey, he is kind of right. It is kind of hard to have vision.
You have to get your like personal stuff figured out, and then you'll buy yourself breathing room to think further.
Yeah.
So
in that case, then, am I thinking 3 to 5 years?
No, I think you figure out how to like go to $1 million a year and like don't worry about anything else.
Say it again. I'm sorry.
I think you think, how do I go from 100K to $1 million? That's my whole focus, and you can do that in a year.
Yeah.
I love that because he's like, yeah, it could take 3 years, it could take 5 to go. Obviously, the guy's not even making a tenth of that now. But it's a service business, so it is scalable depending on how much you do and how much you care and how much you show yourself doing the work as in actually training and that your training works.
And like when you do that, because the thing is when you do that first level of going to like, 100 to $1 million or 100 to 300, whatever the number is, right? You will have more resources and more skills. And so what happens is your vision of the board will change. You'll see the way the game's played differently. And so I see the people who are like the best at the game as the people who see reality the most clearly. And so if you've been doing something for a long time in your business and it hasn't been getting you what you want, it's usually because you don't see reality as clearly as you think you do. You see distortions. And so I think as people go up and up in wealth, it's because they actually are better at predicting what's going to happen, which is why they make more money than other people. And so that's why I see entrepreneurship as one of the best sources of personal development, because you get slapped really quickly to find out whether you were right or wrong. Right. And so for you, let's assume that you would like to make more money as the first goal.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So fundamentally, we have to decide, you're a personal trainer. Number one, do you want to be in person or do you want to go online? Decision 1. That's open.
Person first, online second.
Okay. Well, you are in person now. And you already have how many clients?
10 active.
Okay. So you can either try and staff yourself up to make more money, or know that you're going to keep those 10, hopefully, for a while. You probably have had them for a minute. If you have 10-ish, there's probably long-term clients. Yeah. And then you probably want to take the remainder of the money that you have. So I'd live as cheap as I can so I can get a little bit more aggressive on the bets that I'm willing to make in terms of learning how to market. Because if you're in the fitness business, you're actually in the marketing and sales business because no one wants to get in shape. And so you have to learn how to persuade and learn how to sell to get someone to get in shape. There's no, I guess there is one, viral word of mouth growth product in the wellness space. It's called GLP-1 and it's not fitness, right? Right. Lose weight fast with Easy Pill crushes. But everything else, like like personal training is the absolute worst product ever. And I'm not saying that as I'm saying
I
as somebody who
agree.
comes from the
No,
space,
Yeah.
because
he
think
is
about what you
kind of right,
sell.
but
Like I came up with the value equation to figure out why it was so hard to sell personal training. And I was like, oh, okay, so you're going to give me money today. It's going to take a year.
okay. Before he does this, I kind of want to say this probably relates to most service-related business. It's like personal training, videography, like stuff along those lines of like paying someone to get a service.
Probably 2 years for you to get to your actual goal. And at that point, you'll never be satisfied. So that's thing one. Thing two, you're going to give up all the things you love. And you're not going to see really any results for a while. So you're going to have immediate suffering. Like tomorrow, you will be in pain physically, you'll be nauseous. And then where you'd want to have comfort food, instead, you'll have stuff that tastes like shit. And right when you're going to, like, and you can follow it for 5.5, 6 days in a row perfectly, and in one day, ruin an entire week's worth of work. And that's constant. That's always what it is. And so the likelihood you achieve it is super low. It's going to take a long time and it's going to suck. Want to sign up? I was like, that's why no one wants to buy it.
I mean, he is right. Like that, when you look at it that way, yeah, no wonder why no one wants to buy it. Or even you look at other service-based businesses of, I'm paying you a lot of money to get this, and like maybe it'll do this. Like here, they're paying you to maybe get results, but to really suffer.
This and it takes an hour to arm wrestle somebody to give you $600 to do personal training versus like, hey, take the shot every day and you'll be down 20 pounds in 5 weeks. Do whatever else you want. Hard to outsell that,
absolutely.
right?
But if I'm thinking
Yeah.
so from my experience,
I'm not unselling you on personal training, by the way. It's like,
yeah, I don't want to work with you. How about that?
yeah.
But so I like got started as a boxing instructor,
Yeah.
and so a lot of folks that work with me are interested in that. And if I'm trying to leverage a more technical skill set or focus more on functional,
Yeah,
I hate
you have to
say
advertise,
functional.
dude. I'll just tell you right now. You're not advertising enough. No one knows you exist. That's why you're
Yeah.
not making as much as you want.
So how would you,
Attention
I got 10 right now.
matters.
How would
You
you
need to
double or
be
triple
known.
in 3 months with 0 ads? Is there like some guerrilla strategy just for?
Yeah, you have to post a lot and you got to do cold outreach. Those are the only two.
Every service-based business right there. I feel like he has been pretty spot on, which makes sense. He's done this, like training for ages. But I think where he's wrong, not wrong, but could do better, is he's like, yeah, no one knows you exist, but also no one knows your stuff works. Like, you need both. Because if I just come to you and say I'm a personal trainer first day on the job, and everybody knows me, but I don't have any results, are you going to trust me compared to the guy that you found who's been doing it for 15 years, has thousands of results? Even though my price is low, you're probably going to go with him, right? So you need like the proof behind it to show that your stuff works.
3 ways to advertise. You can have a little bit more leverage by doing cold outreach to affiliates, so people who are centers of influence around what you want. So it's like, what other types of businesses do people frequent that you can partner with who can send you leads? So maybe, as crazy as it sounds, it's like you go to a smoothie shop and you say, hey, I will give coupons to all my personal training clients for your smoothie shop if you give personal training coupons of me to everyone who buys a smoothie. Right?
That's a great idea. Just in like, you'll grow your business and not really have anything else other than like some discounts to give, which isn't the worst.
Have someone who's like health interested, and can I get leads that way? There's a zillion guerrilla strategies, but the ones that don't revolve around anyone else is you post more and you do more outreach.
Gotcha.
That's it. And so when I'm in your position, I work for 3 fours, which is first 4 hours of the day is all promotion. Second 4 hours of the day is all delivery, and then third 4 hours of the day is all learning. And that's what I do. And you're like, that's 12 hours a day. It's like, welcome.
Breakdown. 12 hours is a lot. I don't know that's needed for everybody, but I think it's great of like dividing your day up to be more effective.
to growing. But that's like fundamentally, if you take one thing away from this whole thing, is that no one knows you exist.
Right.
That's it. You have a pure advertising problem.
Right.
And there's only, for you, if you don't want to spend any money, there's only two things that you can do. So if your day is not spent doing one of these two things, you are wasting your time.
Yep.
You're either reaching out to people or you're posting content.
Building
That's
more
it.
awareness
And you can reach out to people
and showing
and
that
respond
your
to your
stuff
content.
works,
Have you read
which
the
is
lead stuff?
coming, getting high
Summarize or get into it.
high
I'd read
quality
it.
stuff.
Yeah.
I should have just said yes.
I would know that you didn't because it would because it outlines the steps in the book.
Yeah, absolutely. That I did see.
There you go. Dude, you just do like the steps are in the book. Just
Yeah, for sure.
do the steps in the book.
So I guess
And
my
that's-
last question.
See, I just want to say this. That is great sales tactics from him. If anybody in the room, because obviously this is like a panel kind of vibe, anybody in the room hasn't bought that book, you just sold them the book by this one conversation of, great, here's this book, have you read it? Why not? It literally tells you the steps to like make money, to become more, to do better. It's not everybody else in that room wants to read it.
Or maybe not, is how do I work myself out of this just being self-employment? Because that's ultimately the big goal.
Okay.
What needs to be true, whether from an acquisition standpoint or just Daniel not having to work but still making money off of what he built? What needs to be true?
Dude, you're so far away from that. I wouldn't even think about it. I'm gonna be real with you. Like you trying to get to passive income right now, like you don't even have active income right now. Like this is not even a question.
Right.
Like what are the two things that you spend your time on after you leave here?
Reaching out to people and posting.
And if it's not those two things, you're not growing your business. No one knows you exist. The fight you have against right now is against irrelevance. Right?
Right.
I'm just being real with you.
Yeah.
I would like to help. And so, like, you just have to deal with that. Like, the idea of, like, I would like to make passive. Sure, man. Everyone just wants money in the mail. It just doesn't work that way. Like, you
Very
need to make
true.
active income really cool for you for a while. And I will tell you this. Making more money, tons of fun. Especially at the levels that you're at right now. The increase in income that you make has a material change on your life. Like, you won't want to get out of making it once you start making more of it.
Right.
You'll start liking the game. Because right now, I don't think you like the game yet. I don't feel that.
Yeah.
Because you're already asking, how do I not work to make the money?
Right. Absolutely.
Right. Like, you have a whole lot of shit to get through. You're at, like, the beginning of this bridge. like you gotta, like, love the shit for a while. And so I'll give you a really fun paradigm shift for you. Okay. Do you consider yourself disciplined?
With things I like.
Right. So that's not discipline. Right.
Whoa, that's good. I feel like he'll probably touch on it, but yeah, I feel like discipline will always like, oh, I'm going to the gym, I'm disciplined, or oh, I'm running, I'm disciplined. When like you're just doing them because you enjoy it, like doing it because you have like just like discipline, just day in day out, doing the hard crap that you don't want to do, but doing it anyway because you know it's good for you.
And so I bring this up because I obviously have talked to
And
trainers. And I think you are-
everything that he's saying in this has been good for this trainer to do and for most trainers to do. Like, build awareness. Come get a videographer. Come get someone who can make you high-level content. Work with them to build your awareness, to build your consideration, to build your content out so that way they can see that it works and that you're not just some cool guy flexing how good your muscles look because you are in the gym all the time. And doing that will then lead to growth.
this for a long time, so I know how to.
Yeah.
I say this because I just have a lot of people in the community that I ran be like, I'd see them posting every day like, God, I have discipline, up at 5 a.m., like blah, 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 blah. And I'd be like, you never work your fucking leads, bro. Like, what are you talking about? You like lifting. You like boxing. That is not hard. It's like, it takes no discipline for me to hang out with Layla. Zero, right? And so because some people don't like hanging out with their wives doesn't mean I have discipline because I do like hanging out with my wife. It just means that they have a shittier life, right? And so for you, it's like you have to, this might be a muscle that you haven't used. Like you happen to like boxing and so you did more of it and people said, can you help me? And you said, sure. If you want to get to where you want to go, your frustration tolerance, meaning your ability to do things that you don't want to do without an immediate reward for an extended period of time, is going to have to get stronger. Yeah. And the good news is that that's a skill. It's not a trait. You can learn it, which means you do 10 outreaches tomorrow, and you're like, this sucked. Nothing happened. And you say, great, tomorrow I will do 20. And then you do 30, and then you do 50, and then you do 100, and you keep going. But I promise you, if you do the rule of 100, which is in that book, you do a rule of 100, you do that for 100 straight days, your business will grow.
Yeah.
Sure. And what's crazy is that
Just
people
grind and
actually
it'll
fully
grow.
commit to it, and then like way before day 100, they're like, holy.
See, I wish I knew this person so I could see where they were at now. Like, I wish they had it linked. No. Yeah, dang. I wish they had who that person was linked. Because it'd kind of be cool to see
My
where
whole
he
business
is
has changed.
now.
But like, you have to commit to it. You have to go all in on it. And I say it's 4 hours a day. That means you set a timer, you turn it on, and until that, and if you walk away, you pause the timer. I'm saying 4 hours of work, not 4 hours of time passed. 4 hours of work. You do that every day for 100 days, your business will grow, you'll make more money. You probably know how to sell packages. What price point are you selling at?
One-off hours, 175, multiple hours down to one.
You got to sell 3K or higher, 3K to 5K. You can downsell half the time or half the duration at half that price if you want.
3K being for an entire set of sessions, or
we sell a goal.
Sell the goal.
3K, 3 months.
Gotcha.
Keep it easy. And I would position yourself as the architect, not the technician. So I'm going to design this whole plan for you, and you're going to.
That's the other part is positioning yourself well. Like, obviously, I'm positioned as a proof specialist. So I specialize in showing proof. By that I mean I specialize in telling stories that build proof and evidence on what gyms and people can do and have done for others. But you need to be built into something like that. Obviously, in this case, we'll see what Alex says is his literal offer and how he should do. At this point, this guy's just getting a full-on, this is what you should do, this is how you, like, full-on rebranding from Alex.
Adhere to this plan, and I'll give you $1,000 back of your $3,000 if you actually hit your goal.
Bet. If I'm thinking about, being online after only doing in person, how do I? What are like my calls looking like? I get on the phone, I talk to people, and I'm like,
same exact way you do as in person.
I'm going to say that's probably
what
most
you'll need
calls.
though is you'll need a VSL. But
I want to go back to like here.
Person first, online second.
Okay, well you are in person now, and you already have how many clients?
10 active.
Okay, so you can either try and staff yourself up to make more money, or know that you're going to keep those 10, hopefully, for a while. You probably have had them for a minute if you have 10 ish. That's probably long-term clients. Yeah. And then you'd probably want to take the remainder of the money that you have.
Oh no, I was wrong. It starts back here.
So I look as cheap as I can so I can get a little bit more aggressive on the bets that I'm willing to make in terms of learning how to market. Because if you're in the fitness business, you're actually in the marketing and sales business because no one wants to get in shape.
Yeah. So you have to sell them.
And so you have to learn how to persuade and learn how to sell to get someone to get in shape. There's no, I guess there is one, viral word of mouth growth product in the wellness space. It's called GLP-1 and it's not fitness. Right?
Right.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, I swear he said it. I might be going insane, but to go along with this is like, yeah, he's talking about selling. Like, that's what trainers have to do. But I think the best thing for trainers, and he probably did say it in here, is to sell the outcome. To sell what you're going to become and what you gain back from becoming like that, rather than, no, you're selling, as he talked, the suffering. Because if I'm just selling you the suffering, it's really hard to convince you. But if I can come to you and be like, hey, look at this person. They look just like you. We're in your same situation. Had them for 2 months. This is what they then look like. And now you can look like that too. Something like that is they're instantly going to go, oh, I should do this because I can look like that. And that's where the power of having proof comes in. Because now you can go to your clients and just say, yeah, these are the results I've gotten. This is what happens. Which builds more proof and is better. And then allows you to make more money as a trainer. Because then you have less marketing to do because you already have your proof out there. And you just have to continue raising awareness, which if you saw my other video, I talked about. Because you can just have AI make you endless amount of content to get your awareness out and post 15 trial wheels a day. And there you go, there's like 4 million followers in the next 2 months. Or like hundreds of thousands, there you go. And then you have the proof on the back end, like behind all that content, so that way once they follow, they see what you do, they see what you've done, and they want to use you and have you as a trainer.
Like lose weight fast with Easy Pill.
So I think that's, honestly, this is probably the best video for trainers to watch, unless you're making so much money, and I mean so much money, that you can't take anything from this. You're already at like well over 6 figures a year, and you're making that consistently. Because outside of this, everything he says is really good in here. There were some problems, but man, Alex does know his stuff, guys. He does know it all. He's really good on the positioning and the branding and the marketing, but I don't think he fully gets the video side of all of it, which is what I've kind of noticed of like, even there I said branding, he doesn't entirely get branding or like showing the proof, but he does because he's shown that with his businesses, that showing the proof is important. Like if you, I don't think I have it, but Gym Launch, even if you go on like Gym Launch's website and like the older one or like back on their Facebook, bro, they spammed you with at one point was literally like review after review after review after review. So you knew it was working. So you're like, oh, if it worked for them, it has to work for my gym. If it worked for this many gyms, it has to work for mine. And that's why Gym Launch was so good. It's because they had a formula that worked, but then also showed how much it worked. And then people couldn't stop buying it and doing Gym Launch. So, again, showing your proof is so important. Showing your work, so important. So there we go. That's my thoughts on Alex and his advice for the weekday.